In this video, we discuss paper chromatography in detail. First of all, let's come to the introduction of paper chromatography. Paper chromatography is an analytical method used to separate color, chemical, or substances. The stationary phase is paper, that's why it's called paper chromatography, where mobile phase is liquid or mixture of liquid solvents. The mobile phase is a solution that travel up in the stationary phase due to capillary action. Most common way to separate an identified amino acid in a sample. Uh, Paper chromatography is mostly used to identify amino acid in a sample. Let's come toward the principle of paper chromatography. The paper chromatography works on two principles. The first one is capillary action, which is the movement of liquid within the space of porous material due to the forces of adhesion, cohesion, and surface tension. The liquid is able to move up in the filter paper because its attraction to itself is stronger than the force of gravity. The second principle of paper chromatography is solubility, the degree to which a material solute dissolve in a solvent. A solute dissolve into solvent that have similar properties, like dissolve like. This allow different solute to be separated by a different combination of solvent. Separation of components depend upon both their solubility in the mobile phase and their differential affinity to the mobile phase and the stationary phase. Uh, Now let's come to the experiment of paper chromatography. Here is the simple diagram of paper chromatography. Before we go into the experiment, let's an overview of retention factor, which is usually represented as RF. The retention factor RF may be defined as the ratio of the distance traveled by the solute to the distance traveled by the solvent. Retention factor values are usually expressed as if the retention value is equal to 0, the solute remains in the stationary phase and thus it is immobile. Uh, if the retention value is equal to 1, then the solute has no affinity for the stationary phase and travel with the solvent front. Here is the experiment of paper chromatography in which we see different color which is separated by paper. Uh, let's come to the overview of experiment. First of all, look at to the purpose of this experiment. The purpose is of this experiment to introduce students to the principle and terminology of chromatography and demonstrate separation of the dyes and fins with paper chromatography. The time required for this experiment is 10 minutes. Experiment preparation time is 10 minutes and experiment time is 45 minutes. Cost is actually less than 1000 rupees. The material used in paper chromatography is 6 beaker or jars, 6 cover or lids, distilled water, isopropanol, uh, graduated cylinder, 6 strip of filter paper, different color of shelfie pins, pencil, ruler, scissor, and tape. Preparing the isopropanol solution, prepare 15 milliliter of the following isopropanol solution in a appropriately labeled beaker. 0%, 5%, 10%, 20%, 50, and 100%. Preparing the chromatography strip. Cut 6 strips of filter paper, draw a line 1 centimeter above the bottom edge of the strip with the pencil. Label each strip with its corresponding solution. Place a spot from each pin on your starting line. Developing the chromatograms. Place the strip in the beaker, which is actually shown here. Make sure the solution does not come above your start line. Keep, let's suppose it is the solution and it is my start line. So it makes sure that this solution should not come above or touch this start line. Keep the beaker covered. Let strip develop until the ascending solution front is about 2 centimeters from the top of the strip. Remove the strip and let them dry. Developing the chromatogram 50% isopropanol solution. In 0 minutes, we can see its cover less distance. But when the time is increased, the distance traveled by the different colors is also increased. You can see after 20 minutes the distance, and after 50 minutes the distance is covered by the color is greater. Uh, when the